to 1 million. So right now I have X-Men Unlimited, Bloodstream, Heart of Darkness, number 9. So let's get into it. I believe this is 1995, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 95. Yeah. Excuse me. Got that corona. Okay, so it starts out with this guy. He's freaked out. He's going mad. So he gets on this boat, and they recognize him because he used to work on that boat. So he gets on that boat. And so he just goes in there and says he eats souls. So in about a week later, the X-Men get involved. And you'll see that this is off the coast, in the Gulf Coast of Florida, and how wrong they can get things. So, anyways, so it starts off with Psylocke and Beast, and this is one thing that gets me is it's on average 85 degrees in Florida, in the fall to spring months. I mean, of course, it gets colder in the winter, but down to 40s and 50s. But on average, if she's wearing that, she's comfortable in that. He's got to be sweating. He's got to be sweating wearing this. Why is he wearing that? Man, makes no sense. Freaking boomer editors. So, anyways, then a little bit of action. They see wild pigs, which are abound. Off the shoreline, but not as many as they make it out to be. But it's a comic book, so it's going to exaggerate things. But you come down to Florida, you will see wild boar, wild pigs. And there's Logan running from wild pigs. Now, this comes at a time when he doesn't have his adamantium skeleton, but he's got increased ceiling factor, and he can still do damage with his bone claws, and he just starts gutting pigs, saying, we're having barbecue for supper. So far, so good, right? So, anyways, they're eating, and then, so they're saying something about the Bermuda Triangle, and I'm sitting there thinking, wait a minute, Gulf Coast of Florida is so far away from the Bermuda Triangle, and it says that evening. Yeah, no way. Not going to happen. Not going to happen in a day. Can't even happen in 24 hours. Those of you know anything about, you got to have a really good motor. So anyways, so sure enough, here comes the ship. They actually roll into some of this thick fog, and here comes the ship. And so, Wolverine knows that it's Bloodstream. And so he's coming, and he is this really, really weird dude. Real weird dude. And he's got his band of mindless zombie pirates. And so, sure enough, Psylocke catches on to it. And in this issue, they really highlight, Psylocke's psychic awareness of things, which is actually pretty good. And so, of course, he's like, yeah, your psychic knives have no effect on me. And so they fight, and it's hopeless, and saying, okay, bye-bye, I got better things I can do. So Wolverine, he's bleeding, and that attracts sharks, which is, true, blood does attract sharks, and Psylocke goes and, kills the shark. I can't even tell what type of shark that is. Certainly not a great white. Maybe a tiger shark? I don't know. Who cares? Not important right now. So he goes off, and so they sail into this void. This void that appears to be kind of like just on the water or under the water. So they're like, okay, we got to investigate this, see what's going on. So they land ashore, and sure enough, there's some booby traps, or you got to be careful what you do. You get zapped. There's these floating mines. So it almost reminds me of one of the one of the stages in the old LJN video games, which really does suck. So they get in there, they get into the temple, and there's dude with a sword. It's not Bloodscream, but they're going after him, and sure enough, he's got the magic sword, and he can bring things up and lock them in cages, and encapsulate Psylocke in like this emerald jade casing. So meanwhile on the boat, it's like, oh crap, here they come again. It freaks me out. So sure enough, they get past that, and they are just angry. So he summons a beast, which is a brood, or looks like a brood, and kind of does some work for him. So they lure him there, and in this comic book, even though it kind of encapsulates you, there's just a lot packed into this book, and it's not bad, but for it's not really a deluxe. It's an unlimited, which is, I guess, took the place of the deluxes back in the day, and of course, yeah. So she gets involved, and this book really is harder to follow than you would think. Who was the editor on this? Okay, so sure enough, by the end of it, they see that boat again, and there we go. Magic happens. Who edited this book? Let's find out. Okay, here we go. I don't know anything else Kelly Covers did. I'm not impressed with the flow of this. I mean, it's not a bad story, but it was kind of all over the place. Keeping two villains that, kind of like one backstabbed and things like that, and then getting the geography wrong. But this review, I mean, so if you see this at your LCS in the long box diving thing, pass it up. I mean, if you have it, great. I mean, this came to me in a kind of a one of those bundle packs. You get like 5 random comics for like $3. So it is what it is. All right, make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, and I'll see you on the next one.